My name is Avneet. I'm a full-time political activist with the LaRouche International Movement, and we have been mobilizing to do precisely what we witness here for the past 3 years. Because what I want to say is pretty much what has been said by Dennis and Angelica, but what I want to say is that we are facing global thermonuclear war. And if people want to understand what's going on in Ukraine today, go back a year. Go back to when Yanukovych rejected the European fascist deal that was handed to him. Because he was given the option to join the EU. And he looked at EU, he looked at Spain, he looked at Greece, he looked at Italy, he looked at the 60% youth unemployment in Greece. He looked at Italy, where the Italian labor minister said that the youth in Italy are too choosy because they want permanent full-time jobs, that they should get used to temporary jobs. Why would anybody want to join the EU last year or even today? So he rejected the EU deal. And as soon as he did that, there were actions that were launched against him. And what essentially the world witnessed was a coup. A coup to replace him with an even more corrupt and even a total fascist government, which is the present government in Ukraine. And that's something what people have to realize, that the Ukrainian coup that happened last year is probably one of the world's best documented coups in world history. Better than what CIA did in Iran, better than what the CIA did in Chile, better than what they did with Lumumba in Africa in 1961. And it's the best documented coup because we have the Assistant Secretary of State, Victoria Nuland, on record in a recorded conversation on YouTube with the ambassador to Ukraine from United States, Geoffrey Pratt, where she talks about replacing the Yanukovych government with Yatsenuk. And where she also very popularly said, "Fuck the EU." These are her words. F the EU. We don't need the EU. We're going to do the regime change ourselves. So what you have right now is, even back then, Russia and Putin said, why does it have to be one way or the other? Because with the EU, it was, you have to join the EU or you're against us. You're either with us or against us. And even the Russians said, well, why can't we have a middle path? Why can't you have a condition where Ukraine and other nations can hold on to their sovereignty and still have a trade deal with Europe? But that was never the intention. The intention is to loot Ukraine, just like the entire other parts of Europe have been looted and raped. And this is something what you have in Ukraine today, where the civil war in Ukraine is a proxy war, leading to thermonuclear war. As of a few days ago, Obama has promised lethal weapons, lethal aid to Ukrainian government. Where do you think this is gonna go? What does it mean when the United States government and NATO is putting military ammunition, armored tanks in 6 countries on the border of Russia? How is that defense? How is defense pointing guns at everybody else? This is not defense. This is total fascism. This is thermonuclear war. And we're minutes or weeks or days away from it. We don't know. On the other hand, if you look at Greece, you have Greece, the present government of Greece, with just one, has rejected austerity. And you have Greece and other countries right now who are looking to work with Russia, to work with China, to build the world land bridge, specifically, which is the project here. These are projects, Greece is looking at projects which were launched in 8th century AD under Charlemagne but never completed. This is the alternative to the present war in Ukraine, in Syria, and the financial warfare being unleashed in Europe. And we have to join that. So I just want to end by saying that, this is our alternative. This is what my movement has been organizing. A world with sovereign countries, republics, fighting for the dignity of man. Because the other alternative is what you have here, for example. You have the architect behind us, the architect of World War I. And what we are fighting here today in Ukraine is a continuous battle since then against the dignity of man. Because you are fighting the British Empire, which is a banking empire centered in London, which finances these Nazis. And this is a British Empire. So what we have to do today is to make sure that we organize, not just protest, we organize people, we educate people. The illegal government in Ukraine has to go. It has to be replaced. The fascist US government has to change. Wall Street has to die. And the world, the entire world has to walk back immediately from the brink of thermonuclear war now. Thank you.